everybody, this is Sandy from Scrapbooks Blessings Club, and for today's video I want to show you some embossing techniques, and especially for this certain design. Now let me pull it up so you can kind of zoom in and see what the design is. And if you are on the Cuttlebug Facebook page, you have an idea of what this is supposed to look like. There is a folder that is out from Papercraft Essentials, I think that's what it's called. It's a UK publishing magazine, and it always comes, has a magazine and a freebie. Well, back in June, issue 122 had an embossing folder freebie that has kind of taken off. It's gone crazy right now, so it's an embossing folder. So one of these came in with the magazine, and it has taken off. Everybody is trying to get their hands on this, and they are sold out. Good news is, at the end of October 2015 here, they are going to be re-releasing the folder, so hopefully we can go ahead and get that in whatever issue comes out then. But in the meantime, if you don't have this folder, you can't get your hands on that folder. That's what everybody calls it, that folder. I was trying to come up with different ways that we can kind of duplicate, and it's not perfect. Of course, it's not that folder, but it came close. So I wanted to show you how you can make this if you cannot get your hands on that folder. So let's start. What you're going to need is you will need an embossing folder. So you want one, if you're going to follow what that was, it was a damask with a wavy line with some polka dots and then stripes. So this is the only damask folder I have. It is a Cuttlebug folder from Provocraft, and so I'm going to be using this one. Kind of pull up so you can see. So it's like this damask diamonds. I also need a foam pad, so I have this one. This is a piercing mat from We Are Memories, and I need my little scoreboard, and of course my Cuttlebug I'll need with the plates. So the first thing I need to do is I need to go ahead and I need to do the top portion and emboss that first. So I grab my piece of cardstock and my Cuttlebug, and like any embossing you're going to do A, B, I want to go ahead and put my paper in my folder. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and just, instead of embossing the whole thing, I'm just going to emboss half. So I'm going to put that down, and then my other B plate is going to go down. And that is your sandwich, your typical sandwich for embossing. Run this through. Using my piercing mat, you can also use a mouse pad, anything in foam, anything you can press into. I'm going to take my card and I'm going to flip it over so that the deboss side is, so that's the emboss, the raised side. So I'm going to flip it over, put it down on my mat, and I'm just going to freehand that little curve that you see on that folder. So I'm going to come up, go down, and back up again, just like that. Now I'm going to do it a second time. So I did it here, so I'm going to come down, and I'm going to do it again, just kind of follow the curves. There we go. So I have two of those wavy lines in my card. So when you flip it over, it's going to look like that. Now you got to be careful. See, I pressed down just a little too hard, but that's okay. Now what I need to do is my stripes. So that's where I'm going to grab my scoreboard. I'm flipping the card over to the deboss side again, and I'm going to flip it upside down, and then using my scoreboard I'm going to start here at the top and just score down lines. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to do some that are really close together, and then I'll leave a space, do a couple more, leave a space, because on that folder the lines aren't perfectly spaced out. There you go. And when you flip it over, can you see there if I pull it up? So that is one of the ways to go ahead and replicate, copy that folder. Now there is a second way to do this. So let me show you again. You're going to need your embossing folder and of course your scoreboard. So keep those handy. But what I used this time was the Spellbinders card creator. And this is 6 A2 curved borders. So these are die and emboss. I did get these ones on eBay for about $15. And what's nice about this is you can go ahead and I can make any design that I would want to go with the two. So I'm not just limited to just the one. But this one here is the closest. Do you see the lines with the little stitches? That's the one closer to the original folder. So that's the one we're going to use. Now what I did for this one is I went ahead and I embossed a whole sheet of in the damask, the diamond damask. And then all I have to do now is just cut out my wavy part. So the cut line is right here, so I want to make sure that goes at the top because then it will cut off that part when I run it through. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to need my Cuttlebug back again. Open that up. Okay, this time I'm going to need to do my cutting mat B. As you can see, I've had this one for 3 years, and the reason why it is still straight and not warped is because I flip it. I flip it every which way, and that has kept this mat. As you can see, it's been well loved for the last 3 years, and it keeps it perfectly straight. So for this one, you're going to need A, B. You're going to put your paper down. You're going to need C. Actually, I'm going to put this paper sideways because this is like 6 1/4 inches, so that is longer. So that's going to go there. So A, B, my paper, my die, and then this is the C plate. And this plate is thicker, and you have to buy this separate. So you have to head to the craft store. You can't cut on it, but I try to keep it clear. And you're just going to go ahead and run this through. There is my wavy line. Let me pull it up so you can see. And there are those little stitches in. Now I still need this because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do A, B. I'm going to emboss my second row of the stitches. Okay, but I don't want to cut it. If I just do it without, run it through, it will cut. What I need is I need my embossing rubber mats. That's these. So you need to pick up these for embossing. These are actually Spellbinder ones because at the time, Cuttlebug I could not find, but they now have Cuttlebug ones, and I believe they are gray. So you want to go ahead and pick up one of those. I think they come in packs of 2. So I'm going to do A, B. And this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the die, and I'm going to flip it upside down so that I see the cutting part. So that's going to go in like that. And to help it so it stays, you can grab a piece of washi tape. And that'll help so my die won't shift on me when I'm running through. So I'm just going to go like that. And put a piece of washi tape down. So I'm going to flip that over. So it goes like that. And I'm going to take one of my rubber mats, put it down. Now depending on your pressure of your Cuttlebug, you might have to add a shim, which is just like another piece of cardstock to it, or a chipboard. So we're going to run it through without, because I can't remember if I did or not. So A, B, die, paper, rubber mat, and now I'm going to do my other B plate. And I'm going to emboss this without cutting. And it's going really easy. I think I might need that extra piece of paper. If I do two of the rubber, if I do this other rubber one, it's going to give me too deep of an impression. So we'll just take something, say something easy, just put it down and run through. There you go. And we might pick it up. Okay, and then let me take it off here. There we go. And you can already see now how that one is embossed. And pull that out. There you go. Okay, so now I have my emboss. So there's at the top and at the bottom. I can get rid of the cuddle bug now. And I can pull back my score board. I'm gonna flip these so they are upside down. Well, actually, which way do I want to go? I want this to be my front, so I'm gonna put the front down. You want the front side, which side you want to show, you want to put that down. And then taking my stylus or bone folder, whatever you have, it doesn't matter. Here's another one that I have with the little balls, you know, at the end. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to score those lines right to the curve, just like we did for the other one. But on the folder, they have little embossed dots that go along. Okay, that's great and all. I've done the embossed dots. Let me show you. Where I just flip it over and then I just, using this, make little dots. Let me pull this one up. They didn't come out too hot. I mean, they're there, but yeah. Instead, let me show you what you can do. You're going to take your embossed, the first emboss. You're going to put your adhesive on the second one that you just did. Flip it over there. I'm going to lay this at the bottom. Oh. Okay, and now instead of trying to emboss those dots, I'm going to go ahead and grab, voila. I'm going to grab this. This is a Pearl pen, Viva Pearl pen. Stickles has a type. But what's nice about this is when I squeeze these out, I don't need that. When I squeeze these out, they keep the form, so they make like little pearls. And I'm just going to evenly space these across. I can make these bigger or I can make them smaller. I did little ones. But check that out. So that is another way to get the pearls. And what's nice about this is it will keep its shape. See? So they will stay. I can even go back and add just a little bit more to that one because that looked a little flat. And so that's how I can get my faux pearls. Circle, you know, dots. There you go, dots. The dots. Okay, so that is it. You can find more tutorials, tips, and techniques over at my blog, www.scrapbooksblessingsclub.com. Until next time, bye-bye.